All right, looks like we are live. Man, it's been such a long time since I've done one of these lives, man. I feel like it's been, I don't know. I think it's been like probably 2 or 3 months. I mean, a lot has happened in my personal life. Things has happened just overall, I think. But it's good to be back. It's good to be back on stream. But um, where do we start? I mean, as the title shows, Arsenal lost 1-0 to Newcastle, and I mean, brother, embarrassing. It's truly, truly, truly embarrassing. A matter of fact, I'll be honest. I woke up late. I woke up late, and the match was basically a 7:30 match. I woke up late, so I missed the majority of it. So I can't lie. But even so, what I saw in that second half alone was just not good. We look like we didn't know what we were doing. We look like we never know what we were doing. We look like um we never have no tactics. The man them were playing so badly. Newcastle dominates the midfield. Yo, it was absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. And honestly, I'm beginning to have questions about the manager. I can't lie to you. Like Arteta, he's in his fifth season now, or yeah, I think he's in about his fifth season or 4.5 season now. Arteta has been in charge of Arsenal, has spent approximately £800 million, and this is where we are. This is where we are. £800 later, £800 million later, we're losing to Newcastle again. Might I add, because we lost to them 1-0. I mean, last season, which wasn't good enough. And I mean, granted, I'll more excuse last season because not only did we play bad, but their goal shouldn't have stood. But in this time, the ref did nothing wrong. I know this season people are complaining about, Arsenal has had red card after red card after red card, and yes, two of the red cards I don't think should have been given. I think they were very soft. However, one of the red cards, the Saliba red card, yeah, that was deserved. But just what are we doing? What are we doing? And when will enough be enough? I texted some people in the Arsenal Jamaica group. I'm in the Arsenal Jamaica group. It's a full of great people. Love them. But I asked someone in the Arsenal Jamaica group. I'm not gonna say who it is. She knows herself. But ask somebody, what will happen? What will really happen if Liverpool win the title? Imagine if Arne Slot in his first season in charge, he wins the title. Well, what would we do then? Huh? In his phase one, he wins the title. Huh? Nah, man. It's not just not good enough. Next thing I have to say. Next thing I have to say. How is it that last season, we had a 25-man squad, and this season we have a 22-man squad, and people are saying online that we have an 8 out of 10 window, 7 out of 10 window. Which part? We still don't have a striker. We still don't have like um we still don't have a proper left winger. Martinelli has fallen off a cliff. Jesus can't start for us. And I mean, honestly, it's embarrassing. We didn't do enough in the window. We did not do enough in the window. And I'm somebody who has been trying to see the bright side of things, trying my best to see the bright side of things. But honestly, enough is enough. Let me tell you, I excused the loss against Bournemouth. We lost. We got a red card. Saliba got a well-deserved red card. We went down to 10 men. We played badly. We take the 2-0 loss. Trossard missed a pen. He shouldn't have missed a pen. I mean, Havertz should have taken the pen. But it is what it is. But I'm not going to have people tell me that this is good enough. I'm not going to have people tell me that We have spent 5 seasons with this manager for this kind of performance. And guess what? This loss has been coming. It has been coming. If we're completely honest, this loss. If I'm being completely honest, there's only one match Arsenal played very well in where I'm saying I was impressed with Arsenal. Oh, let me see. Let me check the chat real quick. Big up my boy Samir, who's watching. You know, my son Samir's my Algerian brother who will play FIFA with. Big up yourself, bro. Big up yourself, Mega Man. Big up yourself, bro. And see, Mega Man no one. This is unacceptable. It is absolutely unacceptable. And you know, I know that Mega Man is also in Arsenal Jamaica group, so he knows. I have posited questions before. When is it right to call out the manager? Because if I call out the manager, people say that I'm negative, right? And I'm trying my best not to be negative. I'm trying my best to say, yo, I just want what's best for the team. People in the group are telling me, oh, Kai Havertz will score the 20 goals. Granted, I think Kai Havertz would score about 15 goals, but even so, that's not good enough. Because I guess that Kai Havertz is not a natural number 9. He's not. We could have gotten Gyökeres. Why didn't we go for him? You know, that's Bob's favorite player. We couldn't go. We didn't go for Gyökeres. People are saying behind the scenes that they were fine with Havertz. And granted, I am happy that Havertz got good at the end of last season. I'm happy. But even so, he's not a natural finisher. Let me run through the stats. Let me run through the stats today's match. Let me run through the stats. I'm looking at Google right now. Just looking at Google. Arsenal took 10 shots. Newcastle took 9. Okay. Newcastle took 4 shots on target. Guess how much Arsenal took? 1. 1 shot on target the entire match. I mean, granted, I guess it's an improvement because last season against Newcastle, we took no shots on target. I mean, honestly, I guess there's like a little bit of improvement, but even so, it's not good enough. It's not good enough. 1 shot on target for 9 minutes. Yes, people are saying Odegaard is missing, but come on now. Our title rivals, right? Have Kevin De Bruyne out, have Rodri out. Rodri is probably going to be out for the rest of the season. Kevin De Bruyne has been out for as long as Odegaard or even longer. And they're still getting wins. Let me see what Mega Man has said again. There we go. Mega Man is saying, bro, there's no way you want a new engine and you go buy 4 tires. Madness. And that's exactly what I was thinking as well. Is Calafiori a decent signing? Yes, he is. But however, is he what we need the most? No. Calafiori, yeah. Let me tell you something. I'd be happy if we got Calafiori. We got what's his name again? What's his name? Merino, yeah. We got Merino. And we actually got upper left winger. Sorry, Sterling. Let's say Sterling. Big up Sterling. Jamaica, big up yourself. But let us be real. Sterling is on the decline. He's not that good. He's not as good as he used to be. If it was Manchester City Sterling or even Liverpool Sterling, I'd be happy. But then him go to Chelsea, him had like a patches of good form here and there. I know Arsenal, nah, man, he's just not ready. So we need a left winger because Martinelli, and boy, we need to have a conversation about Martinelli. We do. And Mega Man, I want to hear your thoughts about Martinelli. Like Martinelli, we have Jesus. I want to hear about Jesus as well. We need to have a conversation about Jesus. We need to have a conversation about, let's see who else. Trossard. I think Trossard, we need to have a conversation about Trossard. Granted, Trossard has been okay in some matches, but I believe he's a very good 12th man. He's that man you call upon, and he's like an impact sub. Impact sub. Certain men are supposed to be impact players, and I think Trossard is one. What Mega Man I say again. Kai is a great signing. I wouldn't feel away if we lost with a striker today. And that is it. You see, let me tell you something. I am not Arteta out. I'm not Arteta out, but I'm not Arteta in either. Because for me right now, I feel I'm like I'm Arteta pending. I'm Arteta pending right now, where I'm like, I'm just waiting to see. For me personally, Mega Man, this is the last season I'd give him. And the only way for me he will get another season is if he wins us a trophy. And at this point, I'm so desperate for a trophy that I guess I would definitely love if we could even win the Carabao Cup. And the Carabao Cup is trash, but I still want it. It's still a trophy. Win us a trophy, Arteta. Win us a trophy. And what Mega Man is saying is really, really facts. It wouldn't be so bad if we actually had a proper striker. You see, if we address it in the summer and we actually get a proper strike, then yeah, at least we couldn't blame the transfer window, don't it? We couldn't blame the transfer window if that happened, don't it? Yeah. But guess what? We don't know what could have happened. We don't know. We don't know what could have happened. Why? Because he didn't do what needed to be done. He didn't do what needed to be done. Okay, Mega Man again. Martin, to be honest, don't know what happened to him. Confidence is gone from that injury. And that's our next thing, bro. How many times are we going to hear people talk about, oh, this player's a confidence player. Oh, that player's a confidence player. And every single time, an injury here, injury there. How is it that every single time an Arsenal player has an injury, he has fallen off a cliff? And I've seen other players from other clubs have injuries, and they haven't fallen off a cliff. I can bet you right now, mark my words, when Rory comes back from injury, he won't be that bad. When Kevin De Bruyne, he was on the bench today for City match, when he comes back, he won't be that bad. I'm not saying that Kevin De Bruyne is going to be as good as he used to be because he's getting up in age. However, he won't be as bad. Martinelli, to me, I feel like it's more than just an injury thing, bro. I feel like it's actually a tactical thing. It's a tactical thing. Arteta has wingers not really attacking their man, really. I remember, a matter of fact, I want you to remember something. You remember when Martinelli was under Emery? And I'm pretty sure there was a run we had. There was a run we had when we played Martinelli through the middle because I think Aubameyang was injured for a little while. We played Martinelli through the middle. And I believe Martinelli got double figures when he was wearing number 35. He was playing through the middle. And he got double figures when he was playing as centre forward. And that was when Martinelli was like, what, 19, 18. And now this manager, granted, I'll give him credit where it's due. 2 seasons ago, Martinelli scored 15 goals and had 5 assists. Right? Pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. But 2 seasons ago, when we finished second, Martinelli got 15 goals, 5 assists in the league. Last season, he got about half of that. And here's an interesting thing that Mega Man's saying. Martinelli is a centre forward, not a winger. And you know, I'm starting to think that as well. I believe Martinelli does his best to work when he's near the goal. Martinelli is a goal-scoring winger. Or an inside forward. That's what I'd call him, an inside forward. He's not a winger, he's an inside forward. Maybe he's a centre forward too, maybe, but I feel like he's an inside forward. Like he's somebody that you can play right beside a target man. He plays so many players right beside a target man, and he like in those inside spaces, he can score goals. Martinelli at his best, he was like his finishing. You know how Martinelli had this goal against who was it? Was it like he had a goal against Leicester, and he just finessed. He just did like a Thierry Henry finesse shot in the far corner. I think it was against Leicester 2 seasons ago. I don't know. Martinelli used to actually be, in my opinion, Martinelli used to be the best finisher in the team. And I'll say that 2 seasons ago, I believe Martinelli was the best finisher in the season, in that season. He didn't get the most goals, but I even believe he was a better finisher than Saka. Because Saka just had lots of pens, but when it comes to when it comes to like non-penalty goals, Martinelli, I believe, had the most goals in our team. Correct me if I'm wrong. But Martinelli right now, this season, is a shadow of the player he was. Shadow. He's completely different. And Gabriel Jesus. At this point in time, bro, I don't know if this guy is Brazilian. I don't see nothing about him that look remotely Brazilian right now. Where is the Hoga Bonito, the Wego Bonito, the beautiful game? Where's all that all those fandangles and all those things? Jesus used to be that man where I'm like, yo, Jesus can make a goal out of nothing. He had that something special. I mean, granted, I'll hold my hands up. He had an injury. He had a knee injury, and that probably might have lessened his effectiveness, because he's a kind of player that loves to dribble and use body rock and everything. I when you playing with your knee, when you're playing like that, it affects me. So fair enough. But right now, he's a shadow of the player he was too. So I'm starting to wonder, who are the players that Arteta really improved since he has come in? I'm actually thinking, because some of these players have really fallen off. Oh, look like we have non-smile. Non-smile look like he's on, guys. All right, I'm gonna get non-smile on. All right, let me see. I'm add non-smile to have a say. Well, go on, non-smile. Well, go on, bro.
Well, I'm here, disappointed about the result, but hope we can bounce back from everything. You know what I mean? But it's a case where you could see this coming. You know what I mean? Like based of our summer transfer dealings, it's a case where we should at least, have more creativity in the team. And not only that, it's a case where we only added, backup players. No, you would say no blockbuster, no, game changer.
Mm.
No superstar, no,
Yeah.
added superstar quality to bring us forward.
And
So
sorry to interrupt though, non-smile. So when it comes to like the superstar you want, like, tell me, what kind of player are you looking at in terms of like that would really affect Arsenal really that you want?
all right. So to be honest, the two players I was looking at last season are in the transfer season was actually Gokeres and Gibbs White. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Because it's a case where I'm seeing the left sided needed more creativity and we needed more power up front. You know what I mean? So I was looking at those two players as a player, I like players to transform Arsenal.
Mm.
So if it's a case where we are pushing for the title and we are serious about this, then yes, those are game changers.
Yeah. So my thing is, all right. So I agree with you about Gyökeres. I believe Gyökeres would have been a very good player. I think we do need a striker, and I'm hearing the reason why we didn't go for a striker is because of Havertz turning form. But my thing
Yeah.
about it is, my thing about it is that guess what, Havertz And granted, I respect Havertz and I rate what he has done so far. But didn't the fact that we bought him for the midfield position
That is
and now
correct.
we're actually playing him striker,
At
that just
forward.
means that like a forward, yes, does not mean that Arteta never even got what he truly wanted from him, and he just basically just plugging holes in the squad.
Yeah, so it's a case where yes. So as you know, like based off other players that we bought, you have to can play multiple positions. So with
Mm,
Havertz was meant to play the creative eight, but it's a case where, when it comes to progressive passing,
mm,
it was not his strong point. It's a case where he keeps on like I would say sideways passing and turning the ball back. So it was not working out. Arteta made it clear, and then it's a case where he placed him at forward and he surpassed his expectation as he stated.
mm,
So in that regard, they stated that they won't buy a forward. What they will buy is a backup and a lethal winger,
mm.
which that would be fine if they did buy that winger. So it's a case where we were pursuing Nico Williams to no avail, and then it's like we do a last minute signing for Sterling.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it's a
and
case where yeah, go ahead.
mm, yeah. Sorry to interrupt, but I was reading a super chat from Mega Man. I believe that's Wolfgang from Arsenal, Jamaica, and he's saying, "Yes, smile, because I've been saying this from ever since. What if Odegaard injury? How that
Well,
go?
that
What if?"
yeah, so that is the thing. All right, this
Mm,
is one of the key things for me in terms of where like we were not planning ahead. We were being reactionary. It's a case where this is a new Champions League format, and it's a case where we're gonna have longer games, more games, added games. So it's a case where we should be having more squad depth, not a thinner squad. So it was foreseen that injuries were going to come. And then I was saying like, all right, so I'm seeing them move Smith Rowe. So and we were actually linked with Gibbs White. So I was saying, all right, good move, good move, good move. Very
mm,
serious, good move. To no avail. Then at the ending of the transfer window, we sold Vieira. Sorry, we loaned out Vieira, which
yeah,
did not add up. I could not see what was the reason for that move because Arteta has been continuously praising this guy. So, and he has progressive passing. He can, you know, have the ball in the final third. So that it's not a case where it made any sense. All right, no replacement, one creative player in the team. So I was saying, what if it's a case where that creative player becomes injured?
yeah,
What becomes of Arsenal season? So people were saying, "Oh, Moreno can play the eight. Moreno can progressive pass," and I was like, "No." Based off my
mm,
analysis of Moreno, he is more of a link-up player. He just
correct.
keeps, moving. No creativity. Not yes, he can maybe find a final pass here and there, but his major thing is to link up. That is his thing,
Mm,
right? All right. So then and there, the worst happened. Is a case where Odegaard was injured, and you know what we're seeing is even the one area is not even
yeah,
getting a chance. Like I want my manager to be not reactionary. You understand? It's a case where
mm,
he should act before. Like if you rate this little man highly, as you state, give him
mm,
chances. Let we see what he can do.
yeah,
Don't be holding on to him. Giving Marino chances, giving um other players chances and not giving him the chance to let we see us what he can do. He is the creative player, then give him a chance. He will learn, you know. And see, it's coming back to haunt us where we're dropping
Mm.
points. We cannot make any chances like today, not one shot on target. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah, and that's the thing, as I said at the beginning of this whole stream, that all we had was just one shot on target the entire match. And a matter of fact, last season we had zero shots on target in the same fixture, zero shots on target, and so it's like it's basically the same thing. You'd have thought that we would have learned from last season, but we did the same thing. And what I find very disappointing is that we could all see the gaps in the squad in the transfer window. We know that, guess what? Yes, Odegaard barely gets injured, but what if he does get injured?
Yeah.
Then the person who's right,
Nightmare.
it was right behind him in the pecking order is a 17-year-old who, truthfully, he should be slowly eased into the squad. But no, right now, because we're so desperate for creativity, we're saying, why don't you play one Neri? But truth be told, as Mega Man has said before, why get rid of ESR and Vieira?
True.
Why get rid of
True.
both of them? It makes no sense.
To
I
be
see
to be
Vieira.
honest, to be honest, I think it's a
Hmm,
case where he was thinking that togetherness in the squad have a more close knit team, similar to a Man City, similar to a Man City. But the thing
hmm,
is, this Champions League is different. It's longer games. You have to think in advance. Nothing is wrong with togetherness, but keep there. You cannot have one senior player as the
hmm.
creative player. Cannot have one senior number 10. Even if it's just to keep Vieira and then give him some little League Cup games, and then if it's needed, then fine. It's because it's a
Yeah,
case where, like, no, there's no backup, and not to blame this only on creative players. It's a case where, like, when it comes to discipline, we could have done better. Not
yep,
saying that some of the cars or most of the cars this season are very suspect in terms of the referees and how they are refing. They are not, to be honest, they are refing against Arsenal.
I
But
agree.
this has been not the case from Wenger days. So not to be playing victim, but the truth is the fact is a fact, and that's what we're seeing. We
Hmm,
should not be playing into the ref's hand. We should be helping ourselves, not shooting ourselves in the foot. So we should be going out thinking that you know it's all or nothing. It's 12 versus 11. And
yep,
don't give any silly fouls or any chance for referees to give a silly red, or
yep.
do best of our ability.
Yeah, and I agree with you because guess what? We have won titles before with the ref being against us. So that is why, as much as the ref is annoying and these refs, the PGMOL, not doing good enough, but ironically, Wolves were the ones who experienced the worst of it last season. So much so that they actually had to file an official complaint. So that is why, like, as much as we all agree, the refs are against us, but we're not the only victims in the league. And as you rightly said, in Wenger days, we had it bad as well. So really and truly, we should do our best not to give the referee a chance to send us off.
That is it. That is it. That is it. I agree with you 1,000%. You know, I understand that in the game sometimes it's in the game, or you just act, but
Hmm,
we should be going in the game with the mindset of not giving any silly fouls or silly red cards. You know what I mean? Be
hmm,
more reserved, and I think it's a case where we can add more creativity. Add more creativity, because to be honest, just defending, it's nice that my team can defend, but defense
hmm.
alone doesn't win the games. We need clear cut chances, since we
Yep.
don't have that striker that can create for himself.
Hmm,
You know, and even the striker we have that can create for himself is it's not a case where we play him at the nine. It's more seen as a winger. nowadays, and
Yeah.
he has not been in great shooting form. That doesn't mean you can't give him a chance, but it's a case where sometimes we need something different, you know. And I do understand that the coach tends to have sometimes too much faith in Havertz because in some games you need a bit of magic. You need someone that can, you know, beat players, beat three, two, four players sometime, or three players, later with somebody else, or just create something.
Yeah.
We're taking a goal. I think that would have been a better route.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think that would have
But
been a better route.
all right, so I have to ask you a question, and this is a question that a lot of people don't like answering.
Mm-hmm.
And I posed it to TT in the group, Taneda in the group, and asked her what would happen? Just what if this happened? If Arne Slot and Liverpool finished above us, or even worse, Liverpool won the title, what happens to Arteta? What will we do about Arteta?
Well, realistically, what Arsenal would do, we would keep him. That's what we would do, to be honest. I don't see any managerial changes or any hands being forced. Personally, some fans believe that if he does not win a major trophy, he should leave. While others believe that just give him time. Um, this season, because the way like the rocky start and everything, we can see him like next year, give him a chance again, because it's a case where we are progressing, not as fast as I would like, but there are progressions. It's a case where he's learning, or he has learned a lot, but he still has some to learn.
Hmm.
You know, but with the right players, or if it's a case where they are serious about the title and Champions League, if we buy about two more quality players, we can really compete.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So 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 I say, like, yeah, give him one more season. And if it's a case where then you see nothing hasn't changed, then yeah, get someone else.
Boy, but I know, bro. I want to agree with you so badly, but it's like I feel like this should be his last season. Because guess what? We are what in phase five. We're in phase five,
Yeah.
apparently.
Mm-hmm.
And Arne Slot, if he wins this season, he'd be in phase one. He would be in
Well,
phase one.
to be honest, he inherited one of the best attacking teams in the Premier League.
That is true. That is true.
Based
But
off
guess what?
based off firepower, still Liverpool. I said based off firepower up top, they have the best attacking force. In
Fair, but guess what? We still beat that team. We still finish above that team last season with a better manager.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so
but
Jurgen Klopp, who wanted to win the league so badly for his last season, we finished above him.
hmm
So even though Liverpool might have a better front line than us, I do agree they do have a better front line than us. But I feel like overall our team is slightly better than their team
all
because
right.
our midfield is better for sure. And I
hmm
feel like our defense, or if we have our starting defense, it should be better than Liverpool's too. So really and truly, our squad overall is better than Liverpool's own.
Overall, yeah, but I
Yeah,
say
think
was
about it.
slightly are almost similar. It's a case where, to be honest, it's close, but based off firepower, Liverpool. Based off midfield, I would say Arsenal, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. We midfield, definitely, and defense, I would say Arsenal. Even though they do have, barely, I give like we edge them up, but it's a case where they do have some good defenders, especially Van Dijk. So you saying, all right, if it's a case where this is Arteta's last season based off his performance,
Hmm.
do you think that who do you think we should get in, or is that case where you think that that would be fair if we drop Arteta this season?
And I
He
more think
doesn't
it'd be
if,
fair to
if
drop
he
him.
doesn't win. Yeah.
Yeah, because if you think about it, how is it? that we can see, for example, in different leagues. Right now, I'm seeing Conte in first place. I've seen the season before. I've seen Felipe Inzaghi win. I've seen people who just come in and just do and work wonders with even
Mhm.
less resources. I've seen what's his name again, Xabi Alonso in his
Different
first
league.
season perform magic. It's like I'm seeing right now. Hansi Flick do wonders in
No,
Barcelona. And
Hansi
he,
Flick. That's Hansi Flick is very experienced. Hansi Flick is a top coach. Top coach.
I
Like
agree, but yeah,
I cannot compare Hansi Flick to a Arteta because Hansi Flick has been there, done that. He has earned his badges. He is more experienced where managing players is concerned. So I anticipated him doing great at Barcelona. My thing was why no one got him sooner. That was my only issue.
yeah,
So
I agree with you.
the only player, well, not even I can't even compare him to Javi Alonso because Javi Alonso has earned his badges as well. It's a case where he has, you know, the lower divisions and work his way up. So he learned how to use what he had. So there's a difference. Just like Pep Guardiola, Syria, is a case where he was playing in the lower division of Spanish league.
Hmm.
So
Correct.
it's a case where like how you earn your badges in that regard, you learn a lot more than just being in a first team where you have to learn on the job. And that was the case with Arteta. So sometimes you might see some fundamental mistakes, and then sometimes you have some players like he buys some players, but directly is not fitting in his system, even though it's a case where it's a profile he really likes, and it's a case where he can play in multiple positions. Sometimes it just does not work out, because sometimes you're thinking what you want, but it's not really what the team needs.
Okay, that's fair. That's his fear. But Mega Man, sir, brought up a very excellent point. But look how Ten Swine win trophies. So why Arteta can't win any? And I agree with him right there because even though Ten
Well,
Hag,
technically, he
no,
did win. He did win one. He did win an FA
well,
Cup.
I mean, let's see, he won, didn't he? And he also won a Carabao Cup as well.
No, well, not Carabao Cup. He won a um
Didn't he win the Carabao
pre-season
Cup?
Shield, Community Shield. He won a Community Shield. Community
No,
Shield.
no, no. Wait. Is it? I'm pretty sure he
Community
won two
Shield.
trophies. You won two
Community.
trophies, man.
Oh, are you talking about Ten Swine?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
No, he went there. He won two trophies. Arteta won
Yes.
one trophy, which is the FA Cup.
Yeah.
I was referring to
Yes.
Arteta, by the way.
Oh. No, 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 no. I was referring to Tenag with his
I don't really care about his points.
But we have to be realistic still because guess what? Even though Art, I believe Arteta has done better than Ten Hag. But the fact of the matter that despite everything, Ten Hag has still won trophies. So on the grand scheme, in the grand scheme of thing, Ten Hag has been quote unquote more successful than Arteta because guess what? He has added to the trophy cabinet more than Arteta
Well,
has
only
in less time.
one more, but I don't think it's a case where he has been more successful in terms of for the team itself and the progression of Man United. Because if it's a case where he was successful, he would not get the boot, and it's a case
Or
where the league
or
or
or maybe it's
Mhm.
because maybe Manchester United might be more cutthroat than Arsenal behind the scenes because Arsenal, let's be real now, Arsenal has not been known as the most cutthroat kind of
Yeah, well,
backroom
we
staff.
know as ruthless, which is true. That is
Yeah.
true, but look at it this way: if it's a case where he was doing what Arteta was doing or is doing right now, it's a case where he would still be in a job and he would have been more vocal than anything else. He would have a lot of talk in Man United, and in regards to who comes in, who comes out, etc.
Mm. So
So
you're saying if Ten Hag was in Arteta's position, if Ten Hag had, for example, I guess you'd say if he came 8-8, fifth, second,
no,
second.
no, second.
No, because we have
Wait,
to be
wait.
fair. We have to be fair,
Alright.
you know, because I feel like
No,
because I
he
feel
would
like
have. I don't think. I don't think it's a case where they would give him you know, so much leniency or so much time. You know,
exactly
the
my
case where
point. He
you
would have been
know.
fired before he even got a chance.
Although to be honest, it was a case where his managerial spell was excellent. You know, I think it's a case where like Man United was trying to try the Arsenal model,
Mm,
but you know, Ten Hag was consistently failing, so they
mm.
had to pull the plug. It's because the keyword, it's all about consistency. That's why Arteta is, where he is right now.
Yeah. And okay, okay. So we established that you would be willing to give Arteta an extra season,
Yeah.
and I would basically, I believe that this season it should be his last season. Now,
Hey, wait till he sign a new contract. I
well, you
guess
see,
the board does not
and
believe
that's why
that.
I was kind of hesitant about that because guess what? I believe you're actually right. I believe he won't get fired this season, even if he did badly, because
Yeah.
he has signed for 15 million pounds per annum, which should mean 15 times 3, 45 million. So if we were to try to fire him this season, during the season, we'd have to pay out about over 40 million to
Yeah.
out his contract, and I don't think anybody's going to sanction that. So we're
Trust
kind
me.
of trapped with him in a way.
I always say trouble based off like, his progression and how Arsenal sees him. They see him more as an asset. Well, regarding the transfers, I don't know if it's a case where it's him or he's not getting the players he wants, or
Hmm.
Edu, watching the financial pockets and not decide, so, all right, then we're not going for Gokeres or we're not going for this player, we're going for this, you know. But all I know is they have full faith in him. And if even if we don't win it this season, he's still gonna be there. It's a case where he might even see out his contract.
And don't you think that could be kind of dangerous? Because I remember at one point Arteta, he was in relegation positions. He was
Yeah.
in about 17th,
Yeah, well,
and,
that was
and
that's
then we
not
got
a
to a
good
win
thing.
against Norwich, and then we made a comeback. I mean, let me ask you a question regarding Arsenal's forward line. So
Mhm.
we have Martinelli, we have Trossard, we have Jesus, Havertz, Saka. Those are our attackers, right?
Attacker. Mm-hmm.
We have noticed that Martinelli this season
Mm.
has fallen off, and even last season he has kind of
Last
fallen off
season,
as
from
well
last season.
from last season, correct? We have
Mm-hmm.
noticed that Trossard, he's better coming off the bench as an impact player than as a starting player. We have noticed that he's a very good 12th man. I call him I call him the best 12th man in the league. I believe he's the best 12th man in the league.
Yeah, that sounds fair.
So we have that player. We have Saka, obviously star boy, one of the best players in the world. So I have no problem with him. But then we also have Jesus, who last season has only scored 4 goals. He went 20 goal and over 20 matches without scoring a goal in all competitions. And he finally scored the other day. So big up to Jesus, but we also faced the opposition, Preston North End. I mean, not the best opposition, but I'm glad he scored. But we have a striker in Jesus who striker, I say that loosely, who doesn't really score. We
Firmino.
have Havertz. He basically like Firmino, but the difference is that at least Firmino would get assists as well. He'd get assists, but
Yeah.
Jesus didn't never get many assists last season either. So when people are telling me that he's like Firmino, I'm like, okay, cool. But Firmino was always near the top of the assist chart because he
All
was
right.
assisting
So
Mane and Salah. But I
yeah,
don't say
but
Jesus was
yeah,
assisting anybody, really.
well, not this season, not this season. Well, since
Not and not last season either.
to be honest, sometimes we're harsh on players. It's a case where because of his knee injuries, and it seems to be a reoccurring knee injury, is not up to his best. And it's not a case where since Havertz we're not playing him in the forward line. It's a case where he did make a vow to score more goals, and from he made the vow, he hasn't played forward again. so so it's kind of harsh, and we can still say he's not at his best, and he's trying. He's trying, but it's down to the club to buy adequate backup. So, for example, then we know he has a recurring knee injury. He's not playing up to his best. Normally, we have three strikers. So why not buy one more quality striker and then let everyone be hungry? With one more strike, it's a place where no one will be comfortable, not even Havertz. I know it's a case where yes, you bought him for 65 million, but sometimes we have to be ruthless. Just like how if you do notice, Arteta is very ruthless when it comes to defense. Very ruthless.
Yeah.
That's why it's a case where we had like 10, if not 11 defenders, over
Yep.
10. So it's a case where like even though he has adequate backups or left backs, still went out, bought Calafiori. So if you look on the left side, we have like five options. So why not do that in attacking areas as well? Why only rely on one number 10?
Well,
What
well,
I'm saying?
here's a very interesting thing that Mega Man said earlier in the stream, and he's spot on. He was referring to the transfer window. He said, "Bro, there's no way you want a new engine, and you go buy four tires." He says, "Lol, madness," and that's exactly
Yeah,
what it feels like to me. Because
yeah,
guess what? Yes, yes, is Calafiori important? Yes, but was he the most important player we could have signed? No,
no.
because
All right. He, he
yeah,
is he is a luxury. Yes, he has quality going forward, and I love that about him, especially when he is inside. He makes some nice runs, some nice passes. It's good. He is good to have, but it's a case where I'd say we needed a nine or and another attacking player for the eight. Yes, it's a
mm,
case where we bought Marino, but he's really a duelist. So it's a
mm,
case where he was brought in to win possession and just keep the left side moving efficiently. Sometimes we need an X factor. Sometimes we need someone that can create from deep and also provide goals as well.
that's fair. That's fair. So if okay, so wouldn't you agree then that Calafiori, yes, as you rightly said, as we both agreed, he's more of a luxury kind of player. So then wouldn't you? So then couldn't you criticize him for not, prioritizing certain positions over certain positions in the transfer window?
Yeah, as you can see clearly, because all right, if you're really watching it, it's a pattern. Like
Mm,
as stated, look how many defenders, and then look how many midfielders we have. There is a clear difference. So I think you should not be biased to only the defensive line. You should also prioritize the midfield and the forward line, the entire
mm,
team. That's why it's a case where some pundits are saying we're very defensive. We're a defensive team. We're like um Chelsea of '04. We're Atletico Madrid. which, which, to be honest, I can see why, especially the Atletico Madrid reference. But I'm
Mm,
saying, you know, bring the same energy when it comes to the forward line or the midfield. Because look at this, which does not make any sense to me. We have Saka 3 seasons now with no backup. Why is that? And it's a case where
mm.
it's so funny. We were looking at Doku and we didn't even budge. We were looking at Kudos, we didn't budge.
Yeah,
It's a case where you having that quality would even push Saka more. Not saying Saka needs to be pushed because he brings his A game. Well, not most of the time. I would say
yeah,
almost every game. Almost every game. But
that's
I'm
true.
saying in cases he needs a rest. When he needs the rest, bring on back the same quality. A Kudus, Deku, you know. If we were serious about a backup for him, we would have went out and bought a backup. I don't see why there because I can see injuries coming because come on, he's been playing 38 games, 36 games, 3 years straight, which is
Yeah,
madness. You have to manage the load of the players.
yeah, and I agree with everything you said regarding like we should have really we should have really tried to go for one of those wingers you mentioned. Doku would have been a good asset. Kudos would have been a good asset. And I mean, and I know that we wanted to bring in Nico Williams, and he just wanted to stay an extra season or so. But Nico
Yeah,
Williams
plus
would have been
his
great.
wages is yeah. I was a fan of to bring in Nico Williams. But with his wages, I was saying I don't see Arsenal bringing in him because of his wages. So it was a hope, but realistically, you know, yeah, it's a case where I knew Arsenal. It was just a smokescreen because of his
Oh,
yeah because of his wages. He's actually getting like two 230. so I don't see Arsenal buying this young kid and giving him 250 or 260. That would be absurd.
although couldn't it be argued then that we could have freed up some wages if we sold either Jesus or if we sold Martinelli or if we sold Trossard or someone like that? We could have freed up some wages.
Yeah, but it's a case where, all right, if we are going in for him, you know, like for example, Martinelli 150, you know, he would be the highest earner at Arsenal. So and that might disrupt the team a bit as well. So yeah, I didn't see them like going in for him, and it's not only about the amount, it's about the players that's already there as well. So that move would probably disrupt the team a bit.
Well, I'm surprised because right now Havertz is the highest paid player we have, and I would have thought that he would have disrupted the team because I mean, if we're being
Havertz
honest, I don't think he should be the highest paid player we have.
is not at all. Not at but it's a case where who the manager, sees and likes, and it's a case where he really wanted Havertz. So, oh, hey, 1 second, I'll be getting back to
Sure.
you guys.
All right, no problem, no problem.
Alright, cool.
So yeah, man. So
All
yes,
right.
people. Um, non-smile is something to take care of and thing, but we nearing the hour mark. I mean, I think we have basically covered everything we had to cover. Regarding the Arsenal loss. I mean, we have Chelsea next in the league. We have Inter Milan in the Champions League. I mean, boy, I mean, I'd love to do a preview about that because that's going to be pretty tough. But all I know for sure is if we continue to play like this, we are not gonna win those matches. And trust me, I've been watching Cole Palmer FC, and I've been impressed for the most part how much they have developed this season. And I'm telling you, I'm a little worried. Inter Milan performed very well in the Serie A. I mean, they had a crazy draw with the Juventus last weekend, I believe, 4-4, which you know that was like an anomaly. But other than that, Inter Milan has been solid. Chelsea has been getting up there, and right now, I'm very worried. But I appreciate everybody who was on the call. I appreciate big up Non Smile. Big up everybody who always supports the channel. All like and subscribe and everything. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.